Hello Blues, welcome to the Chelsea News Today channel. Subscribe to receive daily updates of everything that happens with the Pride of London. Let's go to the news. Chelsea decide first signing for Graham Potter as 2 January transfers targeted. Chelsea's owners will seek to bring in a new midfielder for Graham Potter when the January transfer window opens, according to reports. Despite an expensive summer that saw the Blues shell out in excess of £270 million on 8 new signings, Todd Boehly is adamant the club still have work to do in the market in order to build a competitive squad capable of winning the biggest prizes. Therefore, Chelsea are willing to immediately back their new boss when the transfer window reopens in the winter after the World Cup. Potter will also have a big say on recruitment, meaning he will be at the heart of transfer business alongside the Chelsea hierarchy, which is expected to include a new sporting director. According to the Evening Standard, Chelsea have already decided they want to bring in a new midfielder to bolster their numbers in the middle of the park. There is also a chance the club could look to sign another backup goalkeeper as Chelsea look to move Kepa Arrizabalaga on after an underwhelming spell in West London. Chelsea are particularly keen to bring in a holding midfielder, something they failed to achieve in the final stretches of the summer window. The Blues launched an audacious £43 million swoop for Ajax star Edson Alvarez, but the Mexican was not allowed to leave Ajax. After several high-profile departures this summer, Ajax did not want to deplete their numbers any further by cashing in on the combative midfielder, particularly following the sale of Antony to Manchester United. Freddie de Jong is another player likely to remain of interest to Chelsea after the Dutchman opted to stay at Barcelona. However, having still failed to reach an agreement over a salary reduction, Barcelona could be left with no choice but to move the player on. Before continuing, leave your like to support the channel, thank you. Potter will also be at the centre of contract negotiations with several key Chelsea players currently approaching the end of their deals. N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount, Jorginho and Edouard Mendy are among those currently negotiating with Chelsea. The futures of Kante and Jorginho in particular are incredibly relevant given Chelsea's desire to sign further reinforcements in midfield. Chelsea chief Boehly is said to have done his homework on his new head coach, prior to appointing the 47-year-old tactician. Back in August when Chelsea were tying up a transfer for Brighton's Marc Cucurella, Boehly is said to have flown to Mykonos in Greece for discussions with the left-back and his agents. During talks, Boehly is alleged to have shown extensive knowledge and research on the ex-Brighton manager, who he also personally consulted when asking for a character reference on new signing Cucurella. The Blues have also briefed that a top-4 finish remains the main goal for Potter this season despite Chelsea's turbulent start to the campaign. Should Potter fail to achieve that, Boehly is still expected to show leniency as he has now committed to a long-term project at Stamford Bridge. Looks like big changes are on the way. Who do you think stays and who leaves in the next transfer window? Leave your opinion in the comments. See you in the next news.